I think it betrays extreme non-seriousness. I think the Congress has showed extreme non-seriousness in not declaring a candidate from Amethi and Raebareli, but I don't know what you think, Shugata.
Barka, I agree with everything that you have said. But, for the sake of argument, I just want to
Yeah,
take a step back, not look at it frivolously or look at it as a joke.
sure,
But,
sure.
when you invited me for the show, I just jotted down 6 possible scenarios that may be there inside. Number one is, Robert Vadra is a complete loose cannon. He's delusional and he has made this statement. That is scenario number one. The
Mhm.
scenario number two is that uh, probably there is a lot of discussion happening inside the family uh, about candidates, prospective candidates there, and Robert Vadra is making this statement so that he, Rahul Gandhi, decides on them. He's pushing Rahul Gandhi to take a position, a stand on the candidates. So there's probably some discussion there, and he's trying to push him to take a stand. Scenario number three is that there is a dispute about two or more candidates, and he's offering himself as the third option. And scenario number four is he's deliberately embarrassing the family.
Mhm.
He said that he has friends across party lines and all that. So probably he's deliberately embarrassing the family. And scenario number five is that there is some kind of a dispute between Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, and he is taking a position on behalf of his wife. In the sense, he is claiming something for his wife, claiming inheritance for his wife also. And
Mhm.
the last scenario, which I thought was quite, let me add to the joke that has been going around, he's probably wanting to join the BJP. so,
Okay,
so,
that is
so the,
strictly
yeah,
that is strictly on on a light note.
right. So, so
But
there are six,
given the
there are different scenarios, and he'll make a very good candidate as an opposition candidate against the Gandhis. Uh, that's something that I thought of.
Okay, these are fascinating scenarios, and the last one
Right?
I'm discounting, except that it's given us a good chuckle. But kya
I
pata?
just added it for effect, Barka.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I
In the
don't
age
believe
of
that
the
that's going to happen
okay,
now.
but
Yeah.
Sugata, before I take your points, your scenarios back to Tehseen, I want you to elaborate on this last one. There has often been speculation, Priyanka Gandhi would have been the better politician. This is an Indian Italian household. लड़के को promote किया जाता है, लड़की को नहीं promote किया जाता. Maybe he's claiming a political inheritance for his wife. Maybe his statement is not as much of a loose cannon as everybody is dismissing it to be. Not because he wants to contest himself, but because he wants his wife to get a bigger role. Do you want to elaborate on this scenario, Shugata?
In the sense, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of rumor doing the rounds, Barka. I mean that there is a dispute between the two, the brother and sister, and the brother is indecisive, and the daughter is far more, agile and articulate and going out, and she's probably connects with people better,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there is some such thing inside. I'm only speculating. Let me sort of tell that outright, but you hear a lot of such things, that there is a dispute between the brother and sister. They sort of don't seem to agree on strategy and approach, and therefore, Robert Vadra may be stepping in a little to sort of tilt the balance, try to make his wife look better, try to make his wife also the grand inheritor of the Gandhi Nehru family, or the more able inheritor of the whole thing. So,
Yeah,
so, so
it's an
something like that
interesting
must be
theory.
working inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
take it back to Tehseen and Ashwini Shahi. Tehseen Poonawalla. This is an. It's long been rumored that there are two camps. Sanjay Nirupam says there are five camps in the Congress party. There is the Rahul camp, Priyanka camp. I've forgotten his camps now. Kharge camp, KC Venugopal camp, and I'm missing the fifth camp that he named. Sonia
Sonia
camp.
Ji.
Sorry, Sonia. Huh? Sonia,
Sonia Ji.
Rahul, Priyanka, Kharge, and KC Venugopal. ये पांच camp Sanjay Nirupam as he leaves the Congress. So it's long been said that there is a Priyanka camp and a Rahul camp. Shukata raises very interesting scenarios, and one of which is maybe what he's claiming is not a role for himself as much as by putting himself out there in a way that Priyanka can't. he's actually claiming a political inheritance for her, because buried in those statements was also, I'd like to see her become an MP first.
The whole nation wants to see her become an MP.
अब whole nation तो अब मुझे नहीं मालूम, but whole nation क्या है, I don't know.
I mean Congress.
Okay. Okay.
And I told that she should have contested from Kanyakumari when the MP had passed away. I thought it would have been a good thing. I also felt that in 2018 she should have been used. 2018 elections she should have been used, and then the Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh elections rather than Uttar Pradesh. So there is a feeling in the Congress that Priyanka ji can contribute a lot more, and sometimes circumstances have been such around her that she hasn't contributed so much. So there is a very
and why is that? Is there a feeling that she's being held back by her party? What are these circumstances that hold her back? That goes to the hub of it, right? Imagine if Robert has said what he has said, not so much to promote himself. And by the way, Robert has been talking about political ambition since 15 years. I remember interviewing him. To me, the first time he spoke about wanting to take part in elections was in an interview to me. It was 15, 16, 17 years ago.
And for those of your viewers who don't know, you did a sit-down interview with Priyanka and the Lawns, which was a very sensitive interview.
And at that time, thank you, but at that time she said she never wanted to take part in politics, and now here she is. So life changes. So hence, building on Sugata's theory, is the subtext in Robert Vadra's comment, give Priyanka a bigger role? Is that the subtext?
I don't know if that's a subtext, but I do think as a Congress supporter, that Priyanka ji must have a much larger role.
And what is that role?
I'll explain. I find it quite like at the Mumbai India Alliance joint rally. I felt Priyanka ji should have had a long speech at the Mumbai rally, where the three parties came together. I feel she should have been in charge of General Secretary of important states, not a state like UP. This is my opinion, where you don't have resources, where you don't have state governments around you, and you're thrown to the wolves. And you have a hostile bureaucracy, and you don't have an organization. You could have had a state-weird organization. I feel that she's a phenomenal speaker in English and Hindi, along with Sachin Pilot. I'm not saying this because I'm related. I'm saying this because she's very good as an orator. And that's why you interviewed her. She's a very good speaker. I felt that her role could have been more expanded. I also feel she should be giving more speeches, particularly in Parliament, where we don't have good speakers. She can really, really take on the government. And I've always said this one thing, and I said this on your podcast. The Prime Minister does not attack Priyanka ji personally. I've noticed this. He's even stopped attacking Mrs. Gandhi, because the Prime Minister has been aware that leads to a blowback with him. And I give the Prime Minister credit. He has very good political sense. He even got a blowback when he attacked Mamta ji. So the Prime Minister has never responded to Priyanka ji personally.
But maybe he doesn't respond to her personally because she's not playing any official role other than being a general secretary of the party.
He did earlier on. He did earlier on at the start of his 2014 campaign, when he twisted her words when she said that this is niche politics. He said, "Oh, I've been called a niche." So the Prime Minister did respond. He now knows that in oratory, Priyanka ji is extremely good, and she's very careful with her words. Her Hindi is immaculate. You have to. I'm not acting like a fanboy. She's very good Hindi. And in Congress, we don't have good orators except for Sachin Pilot and Shashi Tharoor, Manish Tiwari.
And I noticed you didn't name Rahul Gandhi.
Rahul Gandhi ji speaks well, but he should. No, I'll be honest. I thought he shouldn't have brought up Shakti in Mumbai. He shouldn't have brought it up. And I think it's high time Rahul ji now realizes that there are certain things that he should not do. And you must be honest enough to tell him, because you care for him. I care for him, so I tell him this. I will tell him this. I haven't seen him recently.
Okay. So this is very interesting. And Sugata, it's kind of building on your theory. But I'll come to Ashwini ji first. Ashwini ji, Tehseen says कि मोदी जी जो है प्रियंका को सीरियसली लेते हैं, उनके बारे में कुछ नहीं कहते. आप क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, आज ये सब सुनने के बाद मुझे लग रहा, सुगता जी ने भी जो चीज बताया, मैं इस देश को भी पहुंचना चाहिए. क्या इस परिवार में सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है? जो वाड्रा जी का जो है बयान आया, उसके बाद आप देखिए, अब गंभीरता से लेना, प्रियंका जी को कितना गंभीरता से देश लेता है, ये तो सबने देखा है. 2019 के चुनाव में 7% पर कांग्रेस रहती है, और जब जैसे ही लड़की हूं लड़ सकती हूं का नारा उत्तर प्रदेश में दिया जाता है, 2% से कम हो जाता है. कितनी गंभीर राजनेता है, ये देखने को मिलता है. तो इसलिए मैं आज और अभी तहसीन भाई की बात को मैं सुन रहा था। एक दिन कल टेलीविजन चैनल पर इनके पुराने एक नेता थे और प्रियंका जी के करीबी थे, कल्की धाम के पीठाधीश्वर। उनका मैं एक बयान सुन रहा था। उन्होंने कहा कि कांग्रेस के बड़े नेता अंदर बंद कमरे में कहते हैं कि कांग्रेस की समस्या राहुल गांधी है। उन्होंने बड़े साफ शब्दों में कहा था कि कांग्रेस की समस्या राहुल गांधी है और जब तक राहुल गांधी जी रहेंगे इस अपने रोल में, तब तक कांग्रेस का सर्वाइवल नहीं हो सकता है, चाहे उसके नीचे कोई भी आ जाए, कोई भी रहे। तो जब इतने करीब के लोग कह रहे हैं और आज तहसीन पूनावाला जी, इतनी डिबेट इनके साथ यहाँ हो चुकी है, कांग्रेस का इतना मजबूत पक्ष रखते हैं, लेकिन आज जो है पक्ष रखने में कहीं ना कहीं हिचकिचाहट है, कहीं ना कहीं कोई हिच है, कुछ तो है जो आज जो है उत्तर प्रदेश में कांग्रेस को ये डिफेंड नहीं कर पा रहा है, क्योंकि कांग्रेस की जड़ उत्तर प्रदेश से थी। कमला नेहरू परिवार का प्रयाग से संबंध था, इंदिरा जी, जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी, सब लोग यहीं से हैं। प्रधानमंत्री 3-3 उत्तर प्रदेश ने दिया और उसी अमेठी और रायबरेली ने दिया, लेकिन आज उत्तर प्रदेश में उनको लड़ने के लिए कोई नहीं आ रहा है। और उसके बाद बगैर परिवार के राय के या अपने से इस तरीके से वाड्रा जी का बयान आना इस कांग्रेस की दुर्गति को दिखाता है। और मुझे लगता है कि देखिए अभी जब वायनाड का चुनाव हो जाएगा उसके बाद ही अमेठी रायबरेली का कोई प्रत्याशी घोषित होगा, ये आप देख लीजिएगा, ये हमारा अंदेशा है पूरा। क्योंकि अभी ये लोग बहुत कुछ चीजें देख रहे हैं, जीतना तो है नहीं, वो तो इनके मन में है, लेकिन कैंडिडेट किसको दें, किसको बलि का बकरा बनाया जाए वहां से। क्योंकि इस समय हर जगह अगर कोई प्रत्याशी लड़ रहा है तो अगर पलड़ा अगर बराबर भी है तो मोदी का नाम आने पर वो भारी हो जाता है। तो यानी कि 80 जो लोकसभा है, उस लोकसभा में बाकी अब समाजवादी पार्टी की स्थिति देख लीजिए आज क्या है। चाहे वो गाजियाबाद हो, चाहे वो मेरठ हो, बदायूं हो, बिजनौर हो, हर जगह प्रत्याशी उनको नहीं मिल रहे हैं, बदलने पड़ रहे हैं। कांग्रेस को तो अभी प्रत्याशी देना है और जिसको दिया है वो खत्म हो चुका है। तो आज इनका बयान आना 2-3 बातों की तरफ इंगित करता है कि भाई परिवार में सब कुछ ठीक है या क्या है, ये उचित नहीं लग रहा मुझे कहना।